Welcome back. It's the time now for your lunchtime sports. Football is where we begin. It's all to play for between former champions Arnett Gardens and Mount Pleasant in the second leg of their Jamaica Premier League semi-final following their exciting 2-2 draw on Monday evening at Sabina Park. Leonardo Rankin gave Mount Pleasant an 18th minute lead before Shea Smith equalized for Arnett Gardens 12 minutes later. Mount Pleasant went in front once again through talisman Trevante Stewart in the 63rd. But Arnett would ensure they would enter the second leg match on even footing when Captain Fabian Reid struck in the 66th minute. Bang!
When you reach this time in the tournament, you have to take your chances. Two good teams playing. See, when you get a chance, you have to just take it. I think we fell short tonight, fell in the first half.
I think with better decision making in the final third, I think we could have gotten 2 more goals. Not taken away from Arnett because they created a few chances as well. But as I said, overall, I'm pleased. So we look forward to the second half of the game next Sunday.
Meanwhile, in the opening match of the doubleheader, Cavalier clipped reigning champions Harbourview 1-0 in their first leg semi-final to take the advantage in their contest. The Cavalier, the 2021 champions, got what turned out to be the winner in the 51st minute through a strike from Orlando Russell.
Our aim, was just not to concede and keep the game as close as we could. And then whatever we took it, and that's what we did.
We are at a disadvantage at the moment. But we still have 90 minutes to play, so once we can score, we'll win the game.
The return leg semi-finals will be played on Sunday, also at Sabina Park. Already eliminated, Jamaica's under-20 Reggae girls will look to end their final round of World Cup qualifying on a high when they take on Panama in their final Group A game this afternoon at the Estadio Felix Sanchez Stadium in the Dominican Republic. Match time is at 2 p.m. The young Reggae girls lost 4-0 to both the USA and Canada in their previous 2 matches. The Panamanians are also winless in the group as well. They suffered a 5-0 defeat to the Canadians and a 4-0 loss to the Americans. Now, Reggae girl Khadijah Shaw has signed a 2-year contract with extension with Manchester City. The 26-year-old striker, who had 1 year remaining on her previous deal, is now contracted at the Academy Stadium until the summer of 2026. Shaw says she was delighted to continue her journey with the club. Shaw enjoyed a breakout season in the 2022-2023, scoring 31 goals in 30 games across all competitions, from a form which saw her being named Man City's Player of the Season and CONCACAF's Women's Player of the Year. Despite her goals, Shaw was unable to help City to a trophy this season, and they ended 4th in the WSL, their lowest placing in 9 years. Now, Shaw will next be playing at the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand this summer with Jamaica. She has scored a record 38 goals in 55 matches so far for the Reggae girls. In cricket, West Indies A dominated on the opening day of the third and final unofficial 4-day test against host Bangladesh A in Sylhet. They reached 320 for 6 in their first innings at stumps. Raymond Reefer, 59, and Kevin Sinclair, 22, were the not-out batsmen at the close for the Caribbean team. Earlier, Tejan Chandapal made 83 and Captain Joshua Da Silva 82 for the West Indians, who elected to bat. The two shared in a 132-run fourth-wicket partnership. Alec Athanaze also made 59. Jamaica's Kirk McKenzie failed to score. Nassam Ahmed has taken 3 for 92 so far for the Bangladeshis. West Indies A hold a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. To the course we go now. Miami Heat defeated the Boston Celtics 103-84 in the deciding Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals on Monday night to reach the NBA Finals. Jimmy Butler scored 28 points for the Heat, who had led the 7-game series 3-0 before being pegged back to 3-3. Caleb Martin also scored 26 points for the Heat. 33-year-old Butler, who was named MVP of the series after averaging 24.7 points, 7.6 rebounds and 6.1 assists. The first 8 seeds to reach the finals since the New York Knicks in 1999. The Heat will play the Denver Nuggets in the best-of-7 finals. The Heat are seeking a 4th NBA title and first since 2013, while the Nuggets, who beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference playoffs, are in search of a maiden championship. Game 1 will be played in Denver on Thursday. And that's where we leave the courts for now. And I am Jermaine Brown. Shane, back to you.
Thanks, Jermaine. Just before we go though, Jermaine, Khadijah Shaw seems to be doing Spanish Town to St. Catherine very well.
Yeah, Spanish Town, Jamaica, Man City. Easily, she could be considered one of the best players in the world right now, and straight out of Jamaica. Jamaica's Jamaican born and bred. So, I mean, we're so very proud of her.
All right, and that's the Midday News. I'm Shane Masters. Join us at 7 for primetime news on behalf of the news, sports, and production teams. Have a good afternoon.